Hey everyone, in today's video I'll be teaching you how to fly the Minicopter and the scrap transport helicopter. I will mainly be focusing on the Minicopter as it is the most popular vehicle out of the two. I will also go over other information such as SAM turrents, fuel usage, decay times and things like that, so let's get started. To buy the Minicopter, just head to the Bandit camp. You then want to go to the Airwolf vendor and then buy the Minicopter for $7.50 scrap, and you have 5 minutes to take it off the helipad. It also comes with 100 low grade fuel as well.
Buying the scrap heli is pretty much the same, it just costs $12.50 scrap and it just comes with 100 fuel as well. The last way to get a heli is just by stealing it from enemy players. So most helis are normally kept in player compounds or just on the roof. But just be careful as well that generally if players got the heli on the roof, on the compound, most of the time they're active, so you just got to be careful for that. So this is some important information worth sharing. Just pause the video and have a read. Practice flying a heli, I would suggest that you want to go on either a building server or just a heli server. So for example, I'm just on the Intoxicated AU Sandbox one. So this is a build server, but it still allows you to spawn in helis and things like that. You can also just go on the modded server and just type up heli. And then there'll be heaps of practice heli servers that you could do, like this one here as well.
So another thing that I would recommend is that before even flying the heli, you want to sort of pay attention to what angle the heli is on. So what sort of surface is it on? You know, is it landed on sort of like a hill and shit like that? As when you take off, it will greatly affect how the heli will fly. And another thing is that before you even fly and you sit in, I suggest putting your mouse in the middle of your mouse pad just so you have, I guess, just maximum surface area of moving your mouse. When flying, you want to make sure that you're using nice, gentle movements with your mouse. So generally, new players will crash the heli from sudden movements. So as you can see, I'm just gently moving my mouse, but as soon as you start putting real aggressive sort of movements with your mouse, that's how you end up crashing. The controls for the heli is, so on the ground you can hold E on it and you can push. So this is used for if, say, your heli's stuck in between rocks and maybe it's too close to your base, things like that. So you click E to jump in, you can change seats as well, but it's kind of pointless though anyways. So you can hold Alt, look around, and you can put your fuel storage in while holding Alt. And keep in mind that you can also do this when you're flying as well. So just tap W and it'll start the engine up. And to move the heli on the ground, to get it into maybe a better position for you to take off, just hold control. And as you can see, I'm sort of lifted, then I hold control now. It sort of drops me to the ground. And I can hold W and use A and D to steer. And then you can also hold S as well to go backwards. Now moving on to actually flying the heli, so you just want to start off by holding W to go up. And then just move your mouse forward just a little bit as you start to move backwards. So once I'm up in the air, I'm going to let go of W, and as you can see that your heli will actually just hover. So you don't even really need to hold anything at all, but it will start to slowly drop down. So holding S makes me go down, and then holding W makes me go back up. So while holding A, which will make me turn left, holding D will make you turn right. Now to go forward, you just need to hold W and move your mouse forward. And to go backwards, just move your mouse backwards, which will de-accelerate the heli and then make you start to go backwards. And then to turn left, you need to hold A and move your mouse to the left. And then hold D and move your mouse right to turn right. So it will take a while to get used to the controls, but as you can see, when I hold A and I don't use my mouse, it starts to look a bit off. So when I slide my mouse over to the left, you can see it sort of fixes sort of the angle. So you sort of get used to playing around with the angle and you know, incorporating your keyboard and your mouse movements together in order to fly it successfully. When flying the scrap heli, it's the exact same controls as a Minicopter. However, it does feel slightly slower and more sluggish due to its size. It also will feel like it uses more fuel, however it uses exactly the same. There are 3 types of landing when landing the helicopters. So the first landing I would call is a flat landing. So you're just sort of holding S and put your wheels on the ground. The second landing I would call is sort of a hover landing. So before you hit the ground you just jump out and it will land itself. And the last landing is just sort of a crash landing. So you just want to jump out at the last minute so you take no fall damage. Flat landing provides you with a more precision land. I suggest approaching what you want to land on face on and fly there slowly. Then when you want to land, hold S and make sure that you're not going down too fast. Jump land, or known as the hover land, is the most efficient way to land as it is better over the flat land, so practice this one more. Just tap space when you want to land and make sure that the heli is not too high in the air so it doesn't take any damage. I would only ever do the crash land, or known as the kamikaze, if you cannot land safely, and it should only be used when you need to, as it is a super aggressive play and you lose your transport vehicle. The clips shown, I guess they show the level of aggression you can do. SAM turrents, short for surface to air missiles, are used to shoot down enemy player minicopters and scrap helis. When flying past launch site, you should also be careful as SAM turrets are scattered throughout the lower levels of the monument and on top of the building. SAM turrets can be bought for 500 scrap from the outpost and be used on your own base, offering protection from enemy helicopters. As long as the SAM turret is not close to you, you are able to dodge the missiles by moving in a direction quickly. SAM turrets as well will not shoot you unless you are flying above them. If you do take impact from the missile, try to counter steer as the missiles push your heli. For practicing flying both the helis, I would practice doing things that you would actually do when you play Rust, as it is a very versatile vehicle, allowing you to do many things. Practice landing on cargo ship, dome to loot the military crates, the roofs of different base designs, small and large, uneven surfaces, and just generally flying around. And remember, to successfully fly both helis, you need to combine mouse and keyboard movements together in order to fly it efficiently and effectively, and you will get better over time with practice. Thanks for watching. If you have made it to the end of the video, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment what you liked about the video or how I can improve it, or if you have any other useful information for new players. Cheers.